Yo, folks. Hey, um, as the title suggests, I've lost track. I think we started our isolation a couple of weeks ago, but I think I started counting last Monday, so that would make this isolation day 10 or something. But anyway, um, I want to talk about working from home and writing and editing and stuff while everybody else is home. Um, Now, I have a little more experience with this than some of you because um, I have I there are 3 adults in my house and 2 kids, so there's 5 of us in the house. Of the 3 adults, only 1 works outside the house usually, and she's working from home now because she's doing that because she was ordered to. Okay. And the kids homeschool and always have. So I'm used to working in a house that has 4 people in it. But the change that happened when my sister started working from home, while it wasn't actually all that big of a change for me, it changed the dynamics enough that um, it actually kind of threw a wrench in my things. And it's not that's not a blame in any way, shape, or form. Is It just is a thing, and I actually wasn't really expecting it to be that much of a difference. The other thing is that my grandson is spending days with us because his daycare is closed. So, or well, not closed. They're providing daycare for first responders. Um, so I mean, I was expecting that there would be more normalcy for me because like I said, we're really lucky. Nothing really has changed. I mean, we changed our shopping time to Mondays, and that's about it. Um, but it has actually changed a little bit about how I do my time. So you'll note it's almost dinner time, and I'm doing my video now. Uh, that's also part of me keeping my videos for you short because in 15 minutes I have to go down and get my roast out of the oven, and it smells really good, and my stomach is clawing its way out, demanding attention. Um, but yeah, so I'm doing more editing at about 1 or 2 in the afternoon when my grandson goes down for a nap. And I'm not doing any editing in the morning, which is when I usually do my really good editing. And I will say that is indeed when I do my good editing. The editing I've been doing in the afternoon has been pretty crap, and I have not been pleased with it. But I managed to chunk out a couple of pages, and that was it. So, um, but I'm also dealing with homeschooling. And I mean, yeah, I usually deal with homeschooling, but even though not a lot has changed, stress levels are up. And that's just a fact. That's a fact for everybody right now. And so our kids are stressed. We're stressed. Um, the grandkid isn't stressed, but that's a layer of stress that's been added to our lives. And so, I mean, we're managing, but I can't even begin to imagine the level of stress for some of you who are used to going to work all day, coming home, spending half an hour writing, and then doing things. Because some of you are now working at home, trying to homeschool at home, and scrunching your writing time, and on top of all that, we're not doing as much convenience food. Not that we ever really did a ton of convenience food, but we're doing a lot of cooking what's in the freezer. So it's like things that we bought for special occasions when they were on sale. So like we're having a roast tonight, which I normally wouldn't make on the average Tuesday. I would be making tacos, but roast it is. And tomorrow we'll be having leftover roast in bean soup because, again, leftovers, using everything, and that's what we're doing right now. So, I mean, that's just kind of how we're at. It's hard. It's hard to get into a groove. I like to drink my coffee and look at Facebook, and then I immediately segue into doing my editing or my writing, depending on what time of the year it is and whether I'm writing or editing. I can't do that now. I'm drinking coffee and scanning through Facebook and doing what I can here and there, but I'm not managing my time as well. I'm not getting as much editing done, and my stress level is higher. And I think if I watch another episode of Dino Trucks, I'm probably going to commit Harry Carey in the living room. But he really likes them, and he's really good when he's watching them. So it's kind of like, do I want a happy kid with the stupid show in the background, or do I want an unhappy kid but some peace and quiet from the TV? So far, the Dino Trucks have won out, but we'll see. I might try Jazz tomorrow and see how he does with that. Who knows? I will say that um, I've been really impressed with our community and how everybody's been coming together. I have instituted a new rule for myself on Facebook, and I'm actually going to recommend it to all of you, especially if you are a writer like myself, or um, if you need the social distancing from social media. So the internet has a lot more people on it right now than it usually does because everybody's at home. And what that means is that people who normally would only check in 2 minutes here and there are spending more time commenting on Facebook and other social media. And so there's this propensity to kind of blurt things out, especially if it's people who are inexperienced with Facebook. And so tempers are flaring, and everybody's already stressed, and this is adding another layer of stress. So Facebook has a few things. You can unfollow people, and that's perfectly your right. And if somebody is being a twat waffle, please unfollow them. You do not need that extra stress in your life. If, on the other hand, somebody is being a stress induced douche, and I include myself in that because I did a douchey thing earlier today and I got put on snooze by somebody who very kindly informed me of that and then put me on snooze. And I understand why they did it. And they were absolutely right. And I don't resent it in the least. I'm sorry that I put them in a position where they felt they had to, but it's okay. That's what that snooze is there for. Okay. If you need to unfollow somebody, unfollow them. If you want to use the snooze feature, it shuts somebody up for 30 days. And I'm going to be honest, in 30 days, we're either going to have a better grasp on what's going on with this virus stuff, or we're going to be back to whatever the new normal is. So snooze somebody for 30 days if you think that if this is just stress induced and that at the end of this, things will be better. You might have to do it a second time depending on how long things go, but it may save a friendship because a lot of people, it's their frustration talking, or they're scared, and that's what's talking. Their fear is talking. I'm trying really hard to remember that everybody's feeling the stress. Everybody has anxiety. Even people who normally don't have any anxiety are now feeling what I feel on a daily basis. Hi, guys. Welcome to the club. I'm very sorry you're here. I really wish you weren't because it's sucky. Um, the good news is that I get medication. You probably won't. And I'm sorry about that too. But yeah. So cut people a little slack. Feel free to use the snooze button and be kind to yourself as well. Okay. If you make a mistake, eat crow and say you're sorry, or say, I can't say sorry right now, but I know I probably will later. So I'm going to take a break and I'll talk to you tomorrow or next week or whatever. Be honest with yourself and others. And if somebody's really being just nasty, block them. It's your right. It will don't submit yourself to somebody else's abuses. You do not have to. If somebody is name calling, if they're attacking you or somebody you love, block them. You don't have to engage. That doesn't fix anything. I have a sort of a personal rule where I spend one response time with an educational post. Oh, perhaps you haven't heard about why you shouldn't make your own hand sanitizer. Here's a scholarly article on that I found, and just for your information, and hopefully you'll find it useful. Okay? No blame, no anger, no nothing. Just here's some information for you. If they come back and yell at me or are rude, I will either snooze them for 30 days or I'll drop them as a friend. I, I don't need that. But I also don't need to lecture people. I don't need to tell them that they're being a jerk. I don't need to get up in their face or any of the rest of that stuff either. So be kind to yourself, be kind to others, eat well, drink water, hydrate. Don't drink too much of the coffee and don't drink too much of the tea because they're both diuretics. It's okay to drink some. And indeed, if you usually drink some, you should continue to drink about the same amount that you drank before, but don't overdo it just because you're home. Um, and just take care of yourselves and each other. If there are people you live with that you can hug, hug them. If there's not, touch in with people on YouTube or on uh, Google Meet or Zoom or whatever you're using, and just take care of each other, whether it's by social distancing or if it's by, holding your kid. And last but not least, remember that your kids trying to do homework are also dealing with the stress, even if they don't understand what they're stressing about. So even when you want to scream bloody murder because they have not done the simplest thing for the umpteenth time today, take a deep breath and try and work your way through it. And if you do lose your shit, forgive them and forgive yourself. That's a note to myself. I love you guys, and I will probably check in with you tomorrow. Have a good one. I love you. Bye.